Hello again. Today's topic, games. The games men play, the games women play. I'm Joey Francis and you're watching The Joe Show. So here we are again. And today's topic, games, is such a massive topic, I'm probably going to leave things out. So if there's anything you want to add in, please leave a comment down below, write me on Twitter, and I'll try my best to put it into the next movie before we get on to the next topic. Anyways, back to today's topic. Now I know a lot of you out there are probably thinking, and this goes both for men and women, I don't play games. This is what I have to say to you. You are a liar, because we all play games. It's in our instinct to do so. Well, more for the women than for the men. But the women play games essentially, well, back hundreds of years ago, or even thousands for that matter, they play games essentially to help choose a mate, to help weed out the bad ones, the nice guys from last episode, or the assholes, or the jerks, or the guys out there who just aren't serious. That's why they play. So I'm not saying it's a bad thing, because essentially it's not a bad thing. Some women though take it to the extreme. We're gonna get to that. Let's talk about why the games. I mean, aside from weeding out the bad ones, because there are other reasons. Some of those reasons are for power. Now, weeding out the bad ones is one thing, but to keep your the upper hand in a relationship, that's totally different. And a lot of the reasons why women play games is for that alone. I mean, the whole, I'm not gonna call, or I'm gonna wait till he calls me, that's one of the reasons right there. You want him to chase you instead of you chasing him. And I get it, and I completely understand. Is it right? Who knows? Because guys do the exact same thing, and I'm not going to say that they don't. Another reason why women play games is to reassure themselves that they still got it, and by it, I mean sex appeal. Maybe they're having a bad month and they need a little bit of an ego boost. That's when they're going to go out to a club, bar, whatever the case is, and see if they can turn some heads. And I mean, there are a lot of games that go along with that. And one of the big reasons why some women play games, gold diggers. Now I'm not saying girls out there that seem like gold diggers are gold diggers, because again, it does help out to weed out the bad ones, the ones that are, you know, the lazy guys who just sit on the couch all day and have no intention of ever getting a real job. But they do need to know that women do need to know they're going to be taken care of. So they might seem like a gold digger, but chances are they're not. I mean, there's a lot of misconception there. But there are gold diggers out there. And usually the gold diggers, they're going to use sex appeal to get what they want. And as a guy, you know, you have to look out for the always asking for the expensive dates, you know, the high-priced restaurants, or even going shopping at the mall and, I really want to buy this, but I just can't afford it right now. You know, and then the guy feels compelled to say, oh, you know what, you're a great girl, let me get that for you. Don't think so. And they tend to do this, or try to get their way, using their sex appeal and their sexual being to get to, well, the other head on a guy, because we know that guys have two heads and enough blood to run one at a time, and usually it's not this one, for most men at least. That they tend not to give it up, not let the guy go all the way. He just gets to see a portion of what their sexualness is capable of, that gets him excited enough to keep these women around, who then demand that this guy spend money on them to keep them around. Like I said before, guys, watch out for this. Don't fall for it. There's no need. These women need to get a life. I can't stand it. I can't stand it just as much as I can't stand the nice girls from the last episode. Now, ladies, I know you're wondering, yes, guys do play games. Of course we do, you know we do. Essentially, we play games because you invented the game. So, we're just playing along with you. Now, we don't want guys to fall into traps, because there's a lot of traps. One of the most famous traps is, do I look fat in this piece of clothing? Massive trap. You're asking because you know you look fat. If a guy says, no sweetie you don't, you know he's lying. If he says, yes, well, he just called you fat. There's no way out of it. The only possible resolution is to say, you look wonderful. Just the way you are. Again, she's not going to take well to it, but women play these traps, and guys have to play games to accommodate for themselves, so that they're not the ones being pulled around on a leash. Exactly the same thing, we play for power. But a lot of things that women don't know, this guy plays games for a lot of other reasons as well. Because a lot of guys out there are scared. They're scared of relationships. So they try to keep their distance. Not get too serious, but serious enough where you're exclusive. Because they're scared of being hurt, essentially. And I mean, just as much as women are, I think women are better emotionally capable of repairing the damage from being hurt than a guy is. And I know you're thinking that it's probably not true. No, but I really think it is true. It's hard for women to see a guy who is emotionally devastated, because usually towards women he'll put on that tough exterior and that's it. He's not gonna show his true colors. But guys do get very hurt from women, and that's probably one of the reasons why they like I was saying again last week, the nice guy, that maybe once upon a time they were a nice guy and they were in a bad relationship, got hurt, and they turned into the ass. Well, that's probably one of the reasons. That ass is just a front to hide the true feelings of inside of their insecurities of being hurt again. Because nobody likes that. Nobody wants to be hurt. A few other reasons that coincide with women are the guys that are always looking for the BBD, or the woman that's always looking for the BBD. BBD being the bigger, better deal. The guy that's better than the one they already have. There's nothing I can really say to that, except there always will be a BBD, essentially. It's just a matter of you being content with what you have. There's 6 billion people in the world. There's always going to be somebody better, somebody stronger, somebody faster, somebody richer, etc., etc., etc. And some of the guys out there, ladies got to be weary about. Kind of like a gold digger, but instead of digging for gold, they're digging for something else. They want to get in your pants, and they will play every single game they possibly can to get into your pants. We don't want that. I don't want that for you. Okay? Usually these are the guys that are gonna make you feel that they fell in love with you right away. And again, it's kind of like being like the nice guy, but as soon as a couple romps in the sack, they're out. The nice guy will still be there, probably crying, saying that he misses you, even though you just went to the bathroom. You gotta watch out for that either way, because both types of guys I would say stay away from. Again, it's about balance. So if a guy seems that he's too into you too soon, I'm gonna have to agree and say, keep your distance. Or tread lightly. Be wary of it. Be careful, be cautious. I'm probably leaving out a whole bunch of stuff, but I don't want to run this too long. So if, like I said before, if there's anything in that you can add, and I would love the opinion of both women and men of everything that I do, either on Facebook or on Twitter, or right in the comment section down here on YouTube, I'd be happy to answer questions or talk about anything that you want me to talk about. So on that matter, leave a comment, ask questions right here on YouTube, subscribe to the show somewhere in this area, and definitely follow me on Twitter. That's at Joey Francis, that's with 2 S's. And until next time, I hope You all stay classy.